Hey y'all, and welcome back to another video with Diaries of a Black Girl. So in today's Yap session, we're about to be talking about dating in your 20s, knowing your worth, and all that. So let's get straight into it, but make sure you like, comment, and subscribe below for more videos. Okay, cue the clip, cue the clip, cue the clip.
Just remember that you're the prize always.
Say that one more time.
Just remember that you are the prize.
Yes.
That's like his golden slogan for me.
Yeah. And what does that mean for you in relationships when you're like, I'm the prize? What does that mean?
It just means not compromising like my values, my happiness, my peace, not settling for less than what I know I deserve, and not being afraid to walk away from a situation if it's like no longer serving me.
What my girl Lori Harvey say, always remember that you are the prize, period. This mindset when it comes to dating, like you may think this is just like a little saying or whatever, but truly knowing your worth and knowing that you are the prize will change your whole mindset when it comes to dating. As women, we set our standards, okay? At the end of the day, when you know your worth, then you hold yourself to a certain standard and you're only gonna allow certain things. You're gonna have things that you know that if this man is not meeting this standard, then he's out the door. You're not wasting your time, okay? Like, when you truly know your worth, you're not dealing with a man who's not going to step up to the plate. What we allow from a man is a reflection of how we think of ourselves. I seen that on TikTok and I said, ooh, girl, you ate me up. What you allow from a man, how you allow a man to treat you is what you think of yourself. Because if you thought highly of yourself, if you truly knew your worth, then you're not going to allow a man to treat you any kind of way because you wouldn't treat yourself that way. When you are validated by God, you don't need a validation from a man because you know your worth. I am a child of the living God. I am a child of Christ. Whatever God has for me will be for me, so I'm not going to accept anything less than that. Why would I? A lot of times as women, we allow men to be our happiness, but the only person that should be our happiness is Jesus Christ, okay? And at the end of the day, you have to be happy with yourself. Because if you put your happiness in another human being, then they're going to disappoint you every time. And at the end of the day, a man should only be adding to your happiness, okay? You should be happy on your own. You should know your worth. And all he should be doing is coming into your life and adding to that happiness, not becoming your happiness. As women, we sometimes idolize relationships. We idolize men. We keep men at the center of our lives. But guess what? It's time to decenter men from your lives. And when I'm saying this does not mean that you cannot crave romantic partnership. You want to get married. You're ready to get in a relationship. But men should not be the pinnacle of your existence. There is so much more to life. God made you for such a greater purpose. So do not allow a man to be the pinnacle of your existence. If you're single right now, enjoy your single season. God has you here for a reason, okay? Like, you don't have to be feeling down or that your worth is you're only worthy when you're in a relationship. You are worthy because you are you. You are worthy because you are a child of God. That man does not make you worthy. And a man who truly sees your worth, a man who respects you, will step up to the plate and he will treat you as such. When you know your worth, that man will know your worth. But when he knows you don't know your worth, he's gonna walk all over you because he knows that you don't know your worth. When it comes to dating, if a man truly loves you and respects you, he will not make you compromise on your morals. A man who is making you compromise on your morals and your beliefs and your standards is not the man for you, okay? So I'm not talking about petty things. I'm not talking about looks and height and all that. But what I'm talking about is your core beliefs, your foundations, what you expect from a man. If he's not meeting that, do not lower your standard. Do not lower your standard just to get with the man and end up unhappy in the end. Like, don't feed into the hype of social media like there's no good men out there or there's no one for you or you should just settle for this because, it's better than that. Like, come on now. You have to really believe in God and knowing that, you guys know my favorite verse, seek first the kingdom of God and he will grant you all your desires. If marriage is something that you desire, and if it's within God's will for your life, it's going to happen. So do not settle for anything less than what you know you deserve, because it'll always be for you. Go watch my other video. What's for you will always be for you. You don't have to accept anything less. Do not compromise and go for a man that does not value your morals, doesn't value enough, doesn't respect you enough to step up to the standards to allow you to uphold your morals and your standards and your beliefs. When it comes to dating in our generation, I've seen like a bunch of discourse on TikTok and girls talking about a man won't buy them flowers, he won't buy them this or that. Listen, if a man simply won't give you flowers, that man does not like you. And it's not about like the material thing. It's about the fact that you've expressed something that you like, that you desire. And if a man really wants you, he's going to do those things. He's going to take you out on dates. He's going to give you flowers. He's going to court you. A man who really wants you is going to do it the right way. You don't need to beg a man to take you out on dates and do this and do that. If they want you, they're going to put in all the effort to get you. And if you feel like they're not putting in that effort, then you need to move on to the next person, because there's going to be someone who's for you. The right person is willing to do all the right things. We as women have got to collectively raise the standard that we hold for men. Like, y'all, if they can't buy you some flowers, the standard, the bar is so low that girls be clapping for stuff that a man just should do. A man should just hold the door for a woman. Like, we have got to collectively raise our standards as women, because we set the standard, right? If we all raise our standards, then the men need to come to all of us correct. When it comes to dating, one of the biggest things is you have to be willing to walk away, right? You're not in a marriage yet, and this is the time when you were looking for the qualities that you would want in a husband. And so you can't be afraid to walk away. Like, this is why we're talking about valuing yourself and holding yourself to a certain standard, because if that man knows you're not afraid to walk away, then he is not going to try and lose you, because he knows that if he doesn't do what he's supposed to do, you're out the door, right? But when you make a bunch of empty promises and you're saying, oh, well, I'm going to be done, and you keep going back, that man will no longer respect you. He's no longer going to value you, because he knows you don't value yourself, because you're continuing to accept behavior that you don't deserve. So you have to be willing to walk away, okay? You have to love yourself enough to know that I'm not going to continue to put up with this. I know my worth, and I know God has someone better for me. And listen, I know sometimes that can be easier said than done when you feel like you've really poured so much into this person, or it can feel like at the time that there's nobody else out there, or this and that. But y'all, at the end of the day, this is where you have to put your faith in God. You have to put your trust in God, and knowing that if this is your desire, he's going to make it happen for you. You have to trust in his plan. You have to trust in his purpose, because honestly, if you're staying with this person that God does not have for you, you're only delaying your blessing. God may want you to be in your single season. He may want you to work on certain things. You know, there is certain development that he may want you to go through, but you're delaying it because you're staying with someone that he does not want you to be with. You can't play about you, right? Like, don't play about you. You gotta love yourself so much. Like, you don't play about you, so that man knows not to play with you. Like, that really has to be the basis of your dating. Too many women are afraid to walk away. Some of the most crucial advice I've gotten from older women is, being able to walk away and not ignoring the red flag. Oftentimes as women, we just want to look into the future, and we're such lover girls and stuff. And so we just want to make it work, but you cannot ignore the red flags. Like, it's probably only going to get worse if it carries on. So believe someone when they show you who they are. We got to stop trying to force it to work, because that's some of the best advice that I've gotten from women is like, while you're young, continue to date and find the qualities that you want in a man. And that you're never going to find someone who's perfect, right? Like, there's certain things that you compromise on, but you don't compromise on your core values. You don't compromise on your real happiness. Like, there are certain standards that you are allowed to have, and you can find a man that will meet those standards. If you really believe in God and believe God cares about you and believe God loves you, then he's going to make it work for you. You have got to stop accepting less than what you deserve. God crafted and made someone specifically for you, and that person will always be your person. Nothing is going to stop that. Nothing is going to stop God's plan for your life. So don't be discouraged. Like, you have to just have a gracious heart and be happy where you are right now. Be content where you are right now and know that God has a plan for you and God has your person for you. So many people look at the single season as like this bad thing, but you know, this is a fun time for you. Like, this is the only time, once you get married, I know once you get married, you want to be with that person for a lifetime. So this is the last time that you'll be by yourself. So enjoy this time. Discover yourself. Work on becoming the best version of yourself. So when you're going into your marriage, you're the best person for yourself and you're the best person for your partner. Like, this is the time for self-development. There is nothing wrong with a single season. This is time that you are just continuing to grow and becoming the person that God has intended for you to be and the wife that God has intended for you to be. 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Listen, everyone watching deserves that kind of love, and you do not have to settle for anything. You are worthy. God crafted you specifically to be you. He has a purpose and a plan for your life, and he crafted a partner specifically for you. So do not feel anxious. Just know the Lord is working. He's always working for your good. God is love, and we just have to trust in him. So, you know, I just hope this message encourages someone to know their worth, know their value, and know that there is someone out there for you. You don't have to lower your standards. Okay, y'all. And before we close out this video, if it's one thing I really want y'all to take away is what I heard in that TikTok, right? Like, the way you allow a man to treat you is the way you think of yourself, right? Like, if that really should speak to you. Like, if you truly love yourself, you are no longer going to allow that behavior anymore. So just hold on to that. But I hope you guys enjoy dating in your 20s. It should be fun. It should bring new experiences. Like I said, do not feed into the hype of social media. Don't listen to people's negativity. You know, just really set your heart on God, and that's always the best outcome. If you set your heart on God, that's not to say you won't go through things, but God is working for your good. And when he sees your stake, and when he sees you're chasing him, everything else in your life is going to prosper, right? In God's timing. Just trust in his plan, trust in his will for your life. But I love you guys so much. If you guys have any tips on dating in your 20s, drop them down in the comments. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah.